Was Kenobi my favorite Disney Plus series? Who is the next Thanos for the MCU? And are Buc-ee's brand snacks better than the originals? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus. And today, not much news, just some here, some there, mainly entertainment stuff, And like I said at the beginning, we will be getting to some Buc-ee snacks here towards the end. And also, I'll go ahead and say this for towards the later into the episode. I will be reviewing the entirety of the series of Obi-Wan Kenobi from Disney Plus. Now, if you haven't seen it, that's okay. You can continue to listen to this episode up until that point. And then if you haven't seen every episode, go watch it. There's only 6 episodes, all available on Disney Plus right now. But since it has ended already, I'm going to be reviewing it later in the episode. So let's go ahead and get into some entertainment news real quick. Over on the Disney Plus side of things, according to the rumors, it is rumored that the Star Wars character, Cal Kestis, will be getting his own Disney Plus series. And if you don't know who Cal Kestis is, that is the main protagonist character that you play as in the Jedi Fallen Order video game. Of course, that is it's a very good game. I've played it I think I've only played it 2 times. Yeah, I've only played it 2 times. It is very good. I really like the game. Plays real good. Good graphics. Good story. Everything's good about it. Takes place in Star Wars, of course. And if you've never played it and you're interested in video games and Star Wars, go ahead and play it. But apparently there's going to be a series based off of that, either before or after. It's probably after the game. They're already making a sequel to the game. Jedi Survivor is what it's going to be titled, and it takes place, I think, a few years after the events of the first video game. So that's kind of interesting to see how that plays out. I'll, of course, be playing it. I think it comes out next year. But apparently he's going to get his own Disney Plus series, is what it's rumored. It may not. It's not confirmed, so it may not happen, and don't take my word on that. But I'm just saying that it is rumored, and it has been rumored for a little while now, that he will be getting his own Disney Plus series. And I would like that. He's a really good character, and I think that it would be a really good show, honestly. So also, like I said, over in the Marvel side of things, that apparently within the next few months, Kevin Feige, our Marvel Lord, the overlord of Marvel, really, it is said that he is going to be revealing the next Thanos-level enemy for the MCU. Now, of course, if you're into Marvel or anything, into the movies, and you probably know Thanos, of course, who was the big villain of many movies up until Endgame for like 10 years, And since he's been defeated, Thanos is done. He's gone, as of that we know of in this universe, Apparently, the next big threat level Thanos, that is, of what he was, about how big of a threat he was to the universe and the galaxies and the and now going into the multiverse as well, we're going to find out who is that threat. Who is going to be the next big villain that can threaten all the Marvel heroes and maybe even the other villains as well. Maybe have to see a team up. Will we see the Fantastic Four come soon? Yes. Will we see the X-Men at some point? Yes. Soon enough, They got to slowly build to it with 3 to 4 movies a year and like 4 to 5 series a year. So I'm excited to see who it is. If you have any guesses, you can leave them down in the comments of the YouTube version, whether you think it's still going to be Kang the Conqueror or Doctor Doom or somebody like that, or Galactus at some point, to find out who that enemy is going to be, But they said he's going to reveal it in the next few months, whether that be in the Thor movie that I have not seen yet, or the Black Panther movie that's coming out in November or any other series soon, so we don't really know what's going to happen. So, also staying with Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder premiered this week. I have not had the chance to see it just yet. I will be seeing it very soon, and I will be giving my review of that within the next few weeks, of course. So make sure you watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it. I have high expectations because I think this will be my new favorite single Marvel character movie. Like I said before, Thor Ragnarok is my favorite Marvel movie, but I really like Infinity War and Endgame as well. But like as a single alone, one character movie like Captain America or Iron Man or Thor, or Black Panther or Ant-Man or any of those types of single character Marvel movies, Thor Ragnarok is my personal favorite, and I think Love and Thunder will take that and be my new favorite, But it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. Of course, Christian Bale plays the villain of Gore the God Butcher, which is a very cool and interesting name, and I'm excited to see what he does as the villain. What was funny is that there was an interview that they've been doing because they did the press, for this movie, and Christian Bale. They were all the people interviewing him. They were like, "Oh, you're in the MCU now. What does it feel like to be in the MCU? Have you been keeping track of it? Do you watch the movies or series?" And Christian Bale was like, "I don't know what the MCU is." Christian Bale had to find out. He did not know what the Marvel Cinematic Universe was until he got casted as the villain of the fourth Thor movie, it's interesting, to be like, to not know that kind of thing of how big it is. But I don't think Christian Bale is also on social media at all, because I know like Daniel Craig, who was 007, he is the same way, where he doesn't have like a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or anything like that. He doesn't have any of that. And it would make sense that Christian Bale is also like that. But it's very interesting to see that his reaction, that Christian Bale is in this. I don't know. Honestly, I think his character is probably going to get killed or locked away or something. Like, he's not going to show up after this movie, unless he's really good and does come back or something. I don't know. But I honestly think he's just going to be like one of those one-off villains, like Hela, the villain of Thor Ragnarok, or the electrical whip dude from Iron Man 2, or anybody like that, where they're just the villain of a movie, and then, all right, let's move on to the next one for the next movie. I think he'll be like that, honestly. I don't know if he will show up. I mean, I could be completely wrong. He might be the next big villain. I doubt, but maybe, But it's going to be interesting to see his story and how he has come to be this villain, and why he wants to kill, I guess, Thor or any other of the gods, But it's very interesting to see, and I'm very hyped about this movie. It's going to be a really good movie. I can't wait to see it. Also, kicking it over to the HBO Max side of things. There's a lot of shows over on HBO Max. I was actually cruising through some of the shows and movies that are on there the other day, and there's a lot of stuff, honestly. And one thing that I have found out recently that I've been talking about is that House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel series, will be on HBO Max. It will not be on the HBO TV channels. I was wrong. I mean, I might be wrong again. They might be going back the other way. I thought it was going to be on HBO TV channels, but I think they're trying to... I mean, they have their TV, but at this point, it's... If they're just going to premiere their big shows not on TV, then why pay extra for the TV channels? It's just something to think about, really. But it's a highly anticipated show, House of the Dragon. Also, the newest season of Westworld is going to be premiering soon. I do not know the date yet. I think it's season 4 of Westworld. I'm interested to see it. I have kept up with Westworld. I've actually seen all of seasons 1 through 3 of Westworld. And I'm interested to see what it does in the next season, and it's going to be good. I know Westworld's always been good, though. So, but House of the Dragon, it'll be in August, and I think it'll be on HBO Max. I'm not confirming that, because I said it was on HBO TV channels before, and it could be on either one. It could be on both. Who knows, But, yeah, so House of the Dragon, as of right now, as of me saying this, it will be on HBO Max. So not much really in the news. Right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and give my official review of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Also, I'll be giving a review of The Boys once it has finished. I will wait about a week or two until after it is finished to give you enough time to watch the series, and then the series and movies the same way, and then I will be giving my review of them. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, it has been done for about 2 weeks now. I will be giving my official review here in a minute. So if you have not seen the Kenobi series over on Disney Plus, stop this episode right now. Go watch or finish all 6 episodes. Come back and listen to the rest. So if you don't want to get spoiled, pause it right now. Go watch it and then come back and listen to my review and see if you agree or disagree with some of my points. So if you have not seen it, stop now. Spoiler warning for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Okay. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'll go ahead and say this. It is my favorite Star Wars Disney Plus series. I can't say Star Wars series overall because I think the Clone Wars takes the cake on favorite series because, it was like, 6 or 7 seasons? The Clone Wars in itself is a S-tier series, but out of everything that they have put out with Disney Plus since it has been a thing for the 3 or 4 years now, the Kenobi series by far has been my favorite. I watched all of Book of Boba Fett. I've watched The Bad Batch. I've watched the newest season of the Clone Wars. I've watched all of The Mandalorian. I've watched all these series. But out of all of them, I think Kenobi is my favorite of the Disney Plus era of series. It was only 6 episodes, which is kind of, lackluster that it couldn't be more. But they told so much story in 6 episodes, which each episode was less than an hour long. Each one of them was anywhere between, 40 to 50 or so minutes, And to be able to tell a whole story in, less than 6 episodes, or in 6 episodes that are less than 6 hours long, is really good. There was too much story for like a 2-hour movie. It was way too much. But having that time to spend 45 to 50 minutes per episode for 6 weeks straight, I think it was like 5 actually, because they put 2 episodes out on one day. But for doing that for 6 episodes was really a good feat that they accomplished, in my opinion. The first 4 were kind of not boring, but it was really drawn out because they were trying to set up what was going to happen towards the end. But also, apparently, the writer of the first 4 episodes was a different person than the one who wrote the last 2. And you can tell that. The last 2 episodes catered so much towards the long-term Star Wars fans of my generation and above, really. People who grew up with the prequels are very satisfied with this. And I agree with a lot of people. Watching this whole series and finishing it wanted me to watch episode 4, A New Hope, the original Star Wars movie, the first ever Star Wars movie of Luke meeting Ben and then Han, and then trying to go save Leia from the Death Star, and Darth Vader's there and all that. But having all of that put together and Hayden Christensen being back as Darth Vader, or as Anakin and Darth Vader, I should say, having them as that flashback scene was so good. I love the prequels. I just love them. They're my childhood generation of Star Wars movies. And growing up with them, I liked them when I was young. I know a lot of people didn't like them at first, and now, they're very much highly up there as, like, Episode 3, honestly, I think is probably the best Star Wars movie ever made. And I know there's a lot of controversy between Episode 3 and, like, Episode 5 or 6. Because it's always, like, Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, is the highest rated among critics. But between the fans, it's always between Episode 3 or 5. I think a Season 2 might happen. I honestly believe it's going to happen. Because there's so many years left. Because, I mean, Luke and Leia were kids. And then, like 15, 20 years later was when the actual events of the Death Star happened. So they got time to tell a story. Of course, since the spoilers, at the very end, the big battle in the last episode was awesome. Him saying, "Hello there," to little Luke. And then finally seeing a ghost, a Force ghost of his master who was killed, Qui-Gon, who was stabbed by Darth Maul in episode 1, right before Kenobi cut Maul in half. I honestly thought that there would be more characters showing up. Like, there's a Jedi called Quinlan Vos who was in the Clone Wars. I guess he's still alive. I thought we would have seen some other, like, random clones that we might recognize. Ahsoka could have showed up. Maul's still alive. But they didn't tell too much. That was the thing, But hoping for a Season 2, I think Vader and Kenobi will still be there, but they won't fight again until, Episode 4 happens. Till A New Hope. Because right there, it was so good of what they did and their powers and Kenobi coming back with the Force and then talking to Qui-Gon at the very end. It was just so good, I mean, if they're one and done with this, I'm fine with that, honestly. But if they go for a Season 2, I think they just got to figure out what's the story going to be. Because, like, who can Kenobi come up against in a Season 2? Because both Ewan McGregor, who plays Kenobi, and Hayden Christensen, who plays Darth Vader, they both said that they want a Season 2. And, I mean, if they want it and they want to do it, I say go for it. I think not only did it cater towards us, and it also was the number one most watched Disney Plus premiere ever of any series that's ever been on Disney Plus. Not only that it went towards us, but I think Disney would do it just for the money as well. I honestly think that. The last episode, of course, was my favorite, and the character Reva, a lot of people had their doubts about her character, about taking over the Kenobi show and basically just being her show, the Reva series. But I think she had a very good character arc, she was, they got to introduce other characters and have other fights, because, I mean, it's Kenobi and Vader, but you got all the Inquisitors as well, because you got to go up against them. I think that her character arc was great. I think her being one of the Padawans and younglings that was in the Jedi Temple whenever Anakin came in and slaughtered all of the Jedi during Order 66, I think that was great for her to be there and then try to be an Inquisitor just to turn on Darth Vader, who was Anakin, of course. Her to do that, I think, was cool, but also I think Vader just knew all the time because he's very smart and he's very powerful with the Force, so he knows this kind of stuff. But I think it was great. I think her character arc was great. The last episode was awesome because of the big fight between Kenobi and Vader was so good and cool. And I mean, I had goosebumps during the entire thing because it's like, I mean, if I watched episode 3 right now and got to the very end of the Battle of the Heroes, which was Anakin versus Obi-Wan, I'd still get goosebumps from it. And that movie came out in like 2004. So it's like, it's just so good. The story in itself is just so good between Anakin and Obi-Wan. And yeah, it's just so good. Like I'm saying, it's very worth the watch. And like I said, if they just do this and they're done, no Season 2, nothing, that's it. I'm fine with that, honestly. Out of a lot of shows, I want a Season 2 or a Season 3 or something more, Like Invincible, I'm waiting on season 2 and 3. Like The Boys, it's still going, but I still am anticipating season 4. Westworld, and then this Game of Thrones prequel, and then the Jon Snow series that they're going to make. All this stuff I'm waiting on, but the Kenobi series is like one of the very few series where I'm like, that's good. That's all I really needed to satisfy that Kenobi got a series, and we know a lot of that just set up for episode 4. So for A New Hope. But yeah, great series, 10 out of 10 overall. It's just really awesome, really good fights, really good story, just very good stuff. So that is my Obi-Wan Kenobi series review. So now it is time for some questions. If you ever have any question you would like for me to answer on a future episode, go down to the description of this episode on whatever podcast platform you're using. There should be a link down there. Tap or click on that. It'll take you to my YouTube channel. You can go ahead and subscribe and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded, of course. And go down to one of the videos and tap on it, of course, or click on it, whatever device you're using. And go down to the comment section and comment a question. It can be a would you rather question. Could be a question about Marvel, Star Wars, DC, anything. Literally anything. Just ask me that question. I will see it, and your question might get answered on a future episode of the Toddcast. So, which is an exciting thing, of course. So, with all that, I've got 2 questions right here, and thank you for these questions, and we're going to go ahead and dive into them. If you want to play along as well, you can, whenever I ask these questions, you can think of your answer, or you can think of an answer that I'm going to say, or anything like that if you want to make a game out of it. If you're with someone else in a car, or in your house, or wherever you're at, and you're listening to this, just make a game out of it, Start up some conversation. So the first question we got is, if you could have any video game work in virtual reality, what game would it be? That's a good question. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of games that are in VR now, like Walking Dead games and a lot of zombie games. The Beat Saber game, is very popular. Blade and Sorcery is a cool one. I don't own any VR thing, but there's a lot of them that are pretty cool. Any game that I like, I guess, that I wish could work in virtual reality. I mean, if you could get any, wrestling game to work in virtual reality, I bet that'd be pretty cool, to be able to, play as John Cena or The Rock or somebody, and fight Randy Orton or somebody, fight any wrestler you want. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. GTA 5, I'm surprised they haven't made it towards VR. They've made it on every console known to man already. Game like that, like GTA or something like that, I mean, there's already a lot of games that are already. If they could do a Red Dead type game, that'd be awesome. I would pick that, honestly. If you could put Red Dead Redemption 2 on VR, I think that'd be really cool. To be able to get that Western vibe, something like that, or GTA, honestly. You got to have big open world, be able to, ride a horse or take a car or something, and be able to shoot guns and do heists and all that kind of stuff. I think would be really good. I mean, it's hard to work with VR as it is because of moving around. You got to use one of the controllers to place, I'm going to go here, and you teleport over there. It's you can't walk around in your house, and you can't walk over a whole town in a video game because your living room or whatever room you're in ain't big enough, to walk around a whole town. So, yeah, I think, Red Dead Redemption 2 in VR would be awesome if it could work, all the way through. So, I would say, Red Dead. So, the next question is, what's the best snack for a movie theater? I mean, there's a lot to choose from. I personally. Like, I will eat popcorn at a movie theater. I will. But popcorn in general just gets stuck in between my teeth. So that's why I don't really eat popcorn that much. Because all the like little thin kernel pieces that'll like shred the inside of your mouth always get stuck in between my teeth. And that gets aggravating if you're at the movie theater. You ain't got no floss picks with you. So, I'm a fan of the sweet tart ropes. Like, nerd ropes are good, but the sweet tart ropes, man, them things are good. Like, I got a pack of them in here with me. I'm not reviewing them today, but I just have that with me because I like the flavor. The watermelon ones are the bomb. I guess something like that, because you don't have, like, like M&M's would be a good snack, but you drop the bag or the box that they're in, and then they just go everywhere. That's the same way with popcorn. Like, eating something small and individual like that is what is bad, because it'll just get everywhere, and you can drop one where you leave it. Like sweet tart ropes, they're all kind of connected in the bag because you got to pull them apart. Kind of like when you pull apart string cheese, that's kind of the way it is because they're attached. They're not all one thing, but you got to like pull it. They're all like side to side, and they're like stuck together. So you just peel one off, eat it, and then do more until you finish the bag. I think they're the best, honestly, because I've been getting them whenever I go see Thor: Love and Thunder. I'll probably get some too. But every time I've gone to see a movie, probably since the beginning of this year to maybe even like last year, I have gotten sweet tart ropes. And that's where it started, because I love different flavors now. And it actually started at the movie theater where I got like some cherry flavored sweet tart ropes because I wanted something to eat. And I always get like a Diet Coke or something. But I don't want popcorn. And I wanted just something to snack on because like we were going to eat before or after. And you always got to eat after. Like, I understand like people want to eat before and then go do something after the movies. That way you've already eaten. But I'm going to have to like go to the bathroom. Well, if I eat Waffle House and then go watch a movie in a theater, like that's not a good situation. That's why it's like, go see the movie earlier and then just eat after. That's what I do. Especially if it's like Waffle House or we're having sushi or something like that. But honestly, my answer would probably be either like a candy bar or sweet tart ropes or something like that. Because little individual things like popcorn and M&Ms or Skittles could get everywhere, So sweet tart ropes or any candy bar would be my answer for that. So thank you for your question. And if you got any questions, like I said, make sure you comment them down below in the YouTube version. And also, if you have any drinks or specific flavors or any candy or chips or whatever you want me to try on a future episode, comment them down below as well. And speaking of chips and snacks and all that, I've got 3 different snacks from Buc-ee's that I'm about to try. I got them back here behind me. These are all in like chip bags, but they're not really chips. I'm going to be reviewing them all on the official Toddcast scale from 0 to 100 with no decimals. Also, if you want to see a picture of these snacks, that way if you ever go to a Buc-ee's or you live by a Buc-ee's or you travel by Buc-ee's a lot and you want to stop by and try them, you can go over to the Toddcast Instagram page and you'll be able to see a picture at the Toddcast at the _Toddcast_. Excuse me about that. Stuttered my way through all that. So you can go see a picture there for all these snacks that I'm about to try. And we're going to go ahead and dive into it. So the first one is called Baked Cheesy Curls, and they're double cheese flavored. So I apologize for the crunching of the bag. It's a very loud bag. You know how chip bags are. You can't really be quiet with it. These things kind of look like those crunchy, thin Cheeto-looking things. The crunchy Cheetos, I guess. So, it smells like cheese. Let's give it a try. Okay. Not bad. I apologize for my crunching if you don't like that. These are good. I like these. I could probably eat the whole bag. I would just give it a straight up 82. Really good. I like that. It just tastes like literally crunchy Cheetos, just minus a little bit of dust. Not as much dust as Cheetos do. Yeah. That's really good. Just knocking that out of the park. Bucky's Cheesy Curls, double cheese flavor. You get a 82 from me. Alright, what's this next one? The next one we got is the same thing but a different flavor. We got baked cheesy curls. The flavor for this is chili lemon. So we got chili lemon. That's just gonna how I'm pronouncing it. It's like hot pepper. They're red. So I guess these are supposed to be like the flaming hot Cheetos, you know. These are, oh god. These are very burnt looking. They're really red. Oh god, they don't smell good. If I spit this out and you hear me, I'm sorry about that. So, baked cheesy curls, chili lemon flavor. Let's give it a try. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh. Oh god. Oh my gosh. Oh lord. Whoo. Oh. Oh, chili lemon. Oh, that's hot. Oh god. Oh. No. Oh. Yeah. Oh, you're getting a 48. Oh. Oh, it's too hot. Oh, I need water. Oh. Oh, Lord. Good Lord. God, those are hot. Oh. Jesus Lord. Save me. Oh my gosh. Chili lemon. No mercy on me. So, if you missed it in between all that, the cheesy curls chili lemon got a 48. The first bite was good because I could taste some cheesiness to it. But after that, I mean, my tongue was melting with the amount of fire. Like, I'm not a hot snacks person, you know. I'm not much on some, like, hot chili type flavors or whatever. They're alright. If they taste good, they're fine, but there's a line that a lot of these snacks cross. Candy, snacks, whatever you want. Whatever food item it is, like, especially with, like, hot wings and stuff. There's a line that you cross between flavor and spicy. Now, it's a very fine line to be on if you can find that line to stand on it to have that perfect 50-50 of flavor and spice. A lot of them will do more flavor than spice, a little bit of spice, but it tastes good, or even tastes bad. But then you cross the line, and it don't matter if it tastes good or bad, because the inside of your mouth is melting. And the flavor comes through. I'm just drooling right now because of this flavor. God, that was hot. It's got a Scoville rating. Or am I just a baby? No. Alright, well that was a whole lot hotter than I thought it was going to be. Made with real cheese, at least that's the thing. And it's baked, so it's better for my system, even though I couldn't swallow any of it because it was too daggum hot. So, we got one more, and I'm not prepared for it. These are called Buckaroons, or I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's B-U-C and then a dash, A-R-R-O-N-E-S. So Buckaroons. These are in a bigger bag. Oh, Lord. These are puffed wheat snacks. And the deadgum flavor of these are freaking chili and lime. God, I don't want chili and lime anymore. I'm over it. Chili and lime is my enemy now. I don't want that one. I want a flatter one. These are like square chips. I already know this is going to be hot. I mean, look at it. It's just red. You know something's going to be hot if the chip looks way darker than my blood. You know, when it's dark red like that, you know it's gonna hurt. So go ahead and be ready for it. So put that back there. Puffed wheat snack, chili and lime. I guess let's go ahead and suffer through it. Let's give it a try. Okay, hold on. I don't know if it's because the cheesy curls, chili limon, have already burned all my taste buds off, or the puff wheat snacks are not that hot. I can still feel a little of it back in the back of my throat. But other than that, it got a little heat. But it's like the wheat can counteract that, I guess. I misjudged that. I only took like a half bite out of it, and I don't really want to try it again. It's still got a little bit of a heat to it, which I'm not a fan of, apparently. I would still give these about a 67. I wouldn't seek these out, but they're not that bad for... It's the advertising. Chili and lime. Puffed wheat snack, chili and lime. Like, it's the advertising that gets you. Like with chili limon, I was like, oh, this may not be that hot, and then it burned my face off. And then now this is chili and lime, and like my lips are on fire, and I feel more awake right now. You want to wake up in the morning and just eat some chili limon stuff, you know. But these puffed wheat snacks are not that bad. You know, they don't have that bad of a flavor and somewhat good. But I wouldn't get these again. It's one of those situations where it's like, I'm glad I've had it. Cool. If I see it again, maybe. If somebody gave it to me, I would eat another one. But other than that, I'm not going to go buy these myself. So yeah. Buc-ee's Cheesy Curls, regular cheese, double cheese flavor, actually. 82. The Cheesy Curls Chili Limon at a 48. And the Buckaroons Puffed Wheat Snacks Chili and Lime flavor at a solid 67. So, like I said, they're not that bad. Like they're no 80. They're not in the 70s, you know. In the 60s areas where it's like, okay, I've had it, not that bad, but don't want it again, you know. Like them Cheesy Curls, if I see them at a Buc-ee's again, I might get them, you know, because they're pretty good. But the Puffed Wheat Snacks, they're alright, but I won't get them again probably. The Cheesy Curls Chili Limon, they can go die. Like, I don't care about them anymore. So, but with all that being said, I think that is going to do it for this week's episode. Again, if you have a question or a drink, snack, candy, anything you want me to try, and a question you want me to answer, comment it down in the YouTube version's comments and leave it right there. Leave a like as well, and I will definitely see it if you comment it. So thank you for listening to this episode. As always, please rate and subscribe. If you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you follow the Toddcast at _Toddcast_ only on Instagram, of course. Make sure you tell your friends and your family to give it a listen, and thank all of you for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, we're just going to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.